Definitely still can't believe we live here. It's been just over a week. Each day all of this gets more beautiful. We have a new friend arriving soon, and we got a little toy for him and the doggies. Because it's been getting hotter, we're able to shove it in the back of the leaf at Dollar General. Let's see if Emma can get it out. Judy Day got you something.
Oh, did you?
So we're about to have a pool party. Judy's almost 13, so we joke around that she's retiring down in Florida. And I think she'll enjoy the pool life. We also went to Tractor Supply. So we're official Southerners now. We got potting soil, some gas. Even though we have 2 electric cars, we had to get gas for the mower. A feeder for our new friend who's coming soon. And a bunch of seeds, so obviously all of these will be good, but I'm definitely most excited about watermelon. If it was up to me, we would just plant all watermelon. And we got some diatomaceous earth for the chickens, and I don't know, what does that do, or why are they supposed to walk around on that? Or is it to walk around, or is it to
prevent
eat?
mites.
But do they eat it, or do they just walk on it?
They can do both, I think. I still have to read more about it.
We're still learning. We've been farmers for a week, so
Be easy on us.
we don't know everything yet, but we were told to get that, and that it somehow reduces mites, so we got it. Come on. Guys, come on. Good boy. Oh, perfect. Good boy.
I wanted to make sure he was doing okay, so we signed to him and stuff. Yeah, you want help get him? Maybe. Actually, holding the root up is the most helpful. Are we trying to give him, or are you just trying to get him water? I'm gonna give him water.
Oh,
He's so cute. Isn't he?
he's adorable.
He's kind of scared right now, but he's actually a
Good
lot more
boy.
calm than he was earlier.
We got a new friend for you guys.
Can definitely got one. There we go. Thank you.
Hi, buddy. Oh, the birds are...
Ready to come out? I know you're ready to come out.
He's a good boy. It's a long trip.
I don't even know if he likes the carrot. Maybe not. He likes the peanut butter. I learned to like carrots. He was mostly spending his days like in this little tiny place where he kind of had torn up all the grass already and gone to the bathroom everywhere. So it was kind of like, you know, better for him that he found a new home, and everybody realized that. So we're really thankful that they rehomed him responsibly and contacted us instead of taking him to a shelter or anything. But, you know, of course, we still wanted to let them know that they need to research animals before they adopt them and know their lifespan and make a commitment that you're ready to make instead of, you know, putting animals at risk. And he's so lucky that he's been rehomed here with you guys, and he's going to have a great place. And we let them know how lucky he is and that that's rare, and that, you know, they should spread the word to everyone that they know to adopt and not shop and things like that. So it's a good, really learning opportunity to remind everybody that there's no such thing as a mini pig. So what this pig is about a year old, and what somebody thinks they're going to get is going to always grow bigger. So like she said, responsible pet owner decisions, and to just educate anybody, especially when you see those cute little piglet videos going around online. Just drop a little comment below on underneath, you know, with those people saying, oh, I want one. Just make sure, just if there's nobody already doing it, like, hey, you know that's going to get big. It's going to be at least 100 pounds. It could be 300 pounds. It's kind of genetic roulette. But the area that they had him in was maybe 4 feet by like 6 feet. That's maybe generous, but it was mostly like where he had already like walked and like torn the grass down, and so he didn't have a lot of room to move around in there, and they might have let him out. Like I said, I didn't really ask any questions. We spoke to the veterinarians. They said that a lot of people, rather than rehoming potbelly pigs, just bring them in for euthanasia. And a lot of time it's untimely. There's nothing wrong with the animal. They're healthy and they're happy. They just don't have a human to take after them. So
It happens with cats and dogs all the time.
all the time too, yeah. So with anybody that's breeding animals, I ask you to stop. Anybody that is adopting animals, keep going. If you're looking for getting a new pet, don't shop for one. Find one that needs a home, because there are so many out there.
And you're also starting a sanctuary. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're in the process of starting up a micro sanctuary about an hour away from here. And we only have about 11 animals right now. We have dogs and cats and 5 rescued roosters. Roosters get dumped more than any other animal because you can't tell if a chicken is a boy or a girl until they're older. And then people only want the girls. So it's a bad fate for the boys, either way you look at it, until they happen upon our path. So we were inspired by these roosters that came into our lives to start a sanctuary in their name, and we also want to help educate people about healthy eating. So we're gonna have a community garden with organic vegetables and fruits for people. But I kind of just went vegan overnight because I was on a course of like developing more compassion in my life for other humans, and I saw this film on, you know, spreading that compassion to include animals as well, and I just figured, why not? You know, they're like us, and they feel, and they think, and they have families and friends, so why hurt them?
That's amazing. And somebody agrees. That's Usador. He agrees. Sometimes it's scary for people to think about going vegan. I know at first I pictured all the foods I'd be missing, and even though I knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Was it hard? Was it easy? Was it fun? Like, what was your experience like?
So it was different. I had to learn different things to eat, you know. It helped me because instead of just leaving things out of my diet, I kind of started exploring new foods. And so I discovered different cultures have foods that already don't have meat and dairy. Like a lot of Indian and Asian cultures, like they're just automatically vegan because they don't have a lot of money, and so meat is expensive over there. And so eating more stir fries, more curries and things like that actually helped me expand my food vocabulary. And so I didn't feel like I was missing anything at all. I've always loved animals. I've always really been passionate about helping them, and I was raised around them, so they've always been part of my family. It was kind of like in a programmed species kind of way, where I only cared about the species I was told were good, and then these other ones were okay to eat, and we just don't look at what happens to them. And so now I look at what happens to them, and I don't turn an eye away from it, because if they have to go through it, then the least I can do is be there to witness it and share it with other people. And so I definitely feel more connected to animals. I definitely feel like I found my calling with animals.
What advice would you give to somebody who's an animal lover but isn't vegan and wants to try it? Like, what would you say to them, or where's a good place to start?
I would say try it for 3 weeks. Like, give it a shot, because it's scary at first. Like I said, you have to meal plan. Like, you have to learn new things to cook. We don't have to meal plan. You can wing it. Like, nowadays you can get vegan food even at fast food. But if you want to be like really healthy, just kind of do your research and go for it. Like, don't be afraid. Just try it, and you'll love it. You'll feel better. You'll sleep better at night knowing that you're not hurting animals, because you do love them. If you are an animal lover, you don't want to be doing these things to them. You don't want to be paying other people to be doing bad things to them. So just stop supporting those products with your dollar, you know, and go for it. Be vegan. Be vegan already.
We probably all have a misconception of pigs as being lazy and lethargic, but actually in the wild they can walk up to miles in a day. And so Toby's been doing that here. He's just been walking. Once he gets tired, he lays down wherever he is, makes a little nest. After a nap, gets back up and walks again. He's been meeting new friends. The chickens and the guineas can get under his gate, and they've come in and they've been curious and they've said hi. So at Peacefield, our logo is a pig, and that's because what sent us on this journey many years ago, and initially planting that first seed, I saw a video of a pig that had been kept in captivity in a breeding farm for many years, and she was let outside for the first time, and she started jumping and running around. And that was just a big light bulb moment where I realized that these animals, just like our cats and dogs, are capable of joy, having friends, a whole range of emotions that we also have. They can feel pain and suffering. And so when I saw the joy in that pig, that was the first spark or inspiration of Peacefield. Super excited that Toby is our first intake and sort of fits our logo and what we dreamt up from the beginning. Toby was named by some dear friends, Keith and Rob, who are monthly supporters. We can't thank them enough. We actually met them many years ago. My day job is I'm a filmmaker. I mostly do weddings, and they were married in New York a few years ago and have just been the kindest, nicest people that we know. And they were just originally clients, but we became good friends with them. We've taken trips with them, and they're some of our best friends. When it came to Peacefield, it was no surprise and totally fitting to who these guys are that they were some of our first and most encouraging supporters, and we can't thank them enough. They were incredibly thoughtful about the name Toby. There's a very cool story behind it that we'll tell soon in the future. In addition to Keith and Rob being generous and supporting us now, they've also led lives of generosity and compassion and openness and just kindness and love. And they've been an example to us. And that was one of the stepping stones to us getting here today, is them and our community of support and other examples that we've had in our lives of people showing us how to live a life of purpose. And so we couldn't do this without their monthly support, but we certainly couldn't do this just without their life support and example that they've been to us. So Toby is getting neutered on Wednesday, and that's why we need to familiarize him with the crate so that we can get him to the doctor's office. And we've heard, and our good friends Abby and Jess, who are pig experts, told us that pigs love Cheerios. So we got him the Trader Joe's version, and we're trying to familiarize him with the crate, and then Emma puts the Cheerios into the crate so that he goes in there, gets a little snack, and is not too afraid of going in. Good boy, Toby.
Good boy.
Toby, that's so good. Good boy. So gentle.
I know. He takes it really sweet.
Toby, come here.
And gentle.
Now we're going to put him in a leaf. Sort of a new trend. You might not know this, but most farmers now are using Nissan Leafs versus trucks. So this is sort of the new F-150 for farmers. It's just the Nissan Leaf, so you'll probably be seeing that across the country, across the farmland. And now we're going to get Toby, who's such a good boy. I know it's scary, but you're going to do so good today.
Good job, sweetie.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to do so good. All right, so now we got to put the camera down and lift him into the car, but the hard part is over. So Toby made it to the vet. He did so good. I know that was scary, buddy. We'll see you in a little bit. You're in good hands.
So we got him castrated today with a modified open technique, and we do that under anesthesia. We don't do our pig castrations awake here, so they don't feel any pain. Pigs don't have a lot of weapons, but tusks are the one that they do have. So any pig that's going to potentially be in a pet or home situation, we like to do a tusk trim about once a year, just to eliminate the possibility of somebody getting hurt accidentally. So we did that, and then we trimmed his feet as well, which pigs need about once a year if they're outdoor pigs, possibly more often if they're indoor pigs because they're not wearing down their hooves as well. And then we also did a dewormer shot and a rabies vaccination. So the pigs are kind of my thing. I grew up with pigs as pets most of my life, and it's just a special interest I've had throughout my life, and so I kind of focused on it in vet school and during my internship, and then started seeing pigs here at Spring Hill Equine about 4 years ago. So even though we primarily do horses, we also see pet pigs. Any pig that you can get to the clinic, we will take care of. So.
Well, we feel so lucky that we're just 10 minutes from you guys, and we really appreciate your help today.
Okay.
What are Toby's next 24 hours going to be like?
So he might be a little lethargic, he might not have a great appetite following anesthesia, but he should come back, and by tomorrow morning I expect him to be very excited about breakfast like pigs usually are.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Doctor.
All right.
Toby, welcome home, bud. Toby,
Come here.
you did so good.
Hi, sweetie. Come here.
He's still sort of waking up from anesthesia, still a little groggy.
You figure out how to come out?
Toby,
Your door is open.
Toby. Took us a long time to get him in there, but now he doesn't want to come out.
You want to turn around?
Hey, Toby, that was a
forget?
big day. Someone is too groggy to turn around, so we're attempting to just... Hey, bud. Now you know where you are. Now can you... Just turn around. Good boy.
There you go. You did it.
Welcome home, Toby.
It's your house, remember?
Good boy. I hope he's not mad at us.
No.
You did so good.
Little bud. Where are you going?
You got to go to the doctor. You got to ride in an electric car.
We need more sunscreen. This is getting low. This is just sunscreen. Can I give you a cucumber? Oh, you okay? You spits it out.
Toby.
You just like fruit, huh? Oh, he's eating it. Oh, he ate half of it.
Okay. So Toby arrived about a week ago. The last week has felt like a year, probably, with Toby. That seems so long ago. One of the things that we also mentioned when we talked about Dr. Max is sometimes it's really hard for sanctuaries in general to establish a good relationship with a vet because they're not totally into what you're doing, or if they do work with farmed animals, which is what we have, they work with them in a way that's just to keep them alive until they're slaughtered, like in the animal production industry. So there's not a lot of knowledge or incentive to help a farm animal live a long and healthy, happy life. Not because they're bad people, it's not what they do, so it's a little bit outside of their skill set. So again, to have Dr. Ferguson be so into pigs, into Toby, into what we're doing, it means the world. So thank you again. And we feel so lucky to have them really in our backyard. And then merch. We finally have merch. I know Keith and some other of our friends would be excited about that. And so we wanted to make sure that whatever we had, it would be high quality so that people would actually wear it and not just sort of put it in a drawer and be like, oh, I got a t-shirt from them and help them, but never really want to wear it. We want you guys to wear this stuff, so we made sure to get really good things. And they're priced, a little bit more than what a t-shirt or a tank would normally cost, but that's because 100% of the profits, just like all of your support, goes directly to the animals in our mission. So one, it's just going to be an awesome shirt. Hopefully you'll love to wear it. But two, like Emma said, it'll be a great conversation starter. You can tell people about what we're up to. And then three, all of those proceeds will go to help the animals in our mission. So definitely, if something strikes your eye, grab it. And then we'll be adding more stuff soon. We got the fanny packs on order, which should be awesome.
They look really cute and fun.
They look super cute and fun.
Perfect for summer.
So shout out to Rob and Katie for helping us design the fanny pack. It's actually Rob's birthday, so double shout out.
Happy birthday, Rob. Love you.
For Rob's birthday. Obviously, thank you to everyone that makes all of this possible. It's been a lot of work, but also just an honor to be able to do it. And we feel really lucky to have you guys supporting us.
And huge thank you to Keith and Rob. You guys are so sweet. We love you. Thank you so much for helping us with Toby and picking out the perfect name for him.
Yeah, and we'll have more on his name soon. They were really intentional about why they chose it, and we'll explain that in future videos. But we just wanted to give you guys an update on Toby's big week, the website, the live feeds, and just to thank everybody for being so awesome. So
thanks, you guys. We love you.
Peace. Field.